In winter, when tomatoes aren't at their best, I don't tend to eat them raw like this. But if you roast them, they get the most beautiful concentrated flavour, a sweet, rich tomato flavour. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do a roast tomato and salami salad, and I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful kale pesto. And I promise you, all of those non-kale lovers, you will love this because I'm going to add some nuts to it and a little bit of chilli in this recipe. So with 3 tomatoes that I've washed, I'm just going to take the core out of each of them, and I've preheated my oven to 150 degrees. Now, of course, you can blast them in a hot oven, but what will happen is they'll fall apart really easily. I find a slow roast is much better. So now I'll just cut them in half onto a tray, and then a drizzle of olive oil on each tomato there. Cracked pepper. Try to get the tomatoes. You can see I'm putting a lot on the tray there, but get into the centre of that tomato there. A good pinch of salt. Tomato without salt is just a little bit miserable, actually. It needs salt so we can actually taste its characteristics. And just a sprinkling of chilli on each. So they go into the oven, like I said, 35 minutes or until they start to get really soft. Okay, so while they're cooking, we can get onto our pesto. I've got a dry pan here and some blanched almonds. Now, you can put this in the pesto as is, but I assure you, once you've toasted them, we get more of a beautiful flavour from it. The oils will be extracted. So about, 2/3 of that packet there. And then we just want to toss them until they're golden brown. You can actually put them in the oven with the tomatoes, but this is just a little bit faster. So now into the bowl of my food processor, I've got some washed kale here. Just rip it up. So we want to fine chop, and then I'll add some garlic. You also need to let the almonds cool down slightly because we want to keep that vibrant colour in this pesto. So as soon as they get golden, let them cool to room temperature, and then they can go in with our kale. Right, ooh, look at that vibrant green colour, and it smells so fresh. Now we can start adding a little bit of lemon. So I'm going to start with the juice of half a lemon, and then I'll taste at the end, and I might add just a touch more. And then we need some oil and a pinch of salt. I start with a few tablespoons of good quality extra virgin olive oil for this. Lid goes on. We blitz it again until it's quite smooth. And now I'll add some more. We want a 1/2 cup all up. And voila, look at that kale pesto. I'll taste it now for the seasoning. Again, we might need a little bit of lemon. Oh, so yummy. That is really delicious. And it does need a little bit more of that lemon juice. Now the tomatoes are done, so we can add the salami. Now you can just add salami to the dish just as is, but when you heat up salami on a low heat, it tastes beautiful. I'm just going to blanket each tomato with a piece of salami. Now this salami is the perfect size for each tomato, and you'll see it start to melt onto the tomato there. It's so yummy. And that's only going to take 5 to 10 minutes just to heat up, and then we can plate this beautiful kale pesto and tomato dish up. I can smell that delicious salami, so it's time to bring it out of the oven. Oh, it's sizzling away. I love this combination of the sweetness of the tomatoes and the saltiness of that salami. They work so well together. So this pesto is fantastic when it's served generously. Spread it around, and then I would serve around 3 pieces per person for this. This is a great little entree. It's a bit of fun. It's very bright. I'm going to garnish it with some micro herbs, but of course you can just cut some fresh parsley on the top there. Even some basil would be fantastic. That's my kale pesto with roasted tomatoes and salami. And don't forget, if you've got leftover kale pesto like this, just place it in a jar, top it with a little bit of olive oil to seal it to make sure that it doesn't oxidize, and it'll last in the fridge for a couple of days.